And I fucked it up. Oh, it's still not wide enough. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. I gotta fix it. It's gonna bug me. I should have left it. Aviary. Aviary. Okay, that's close enough. Good enough for me. Okay. Now I don't have my special feather icon anymore. Oh, that's so weird. Oh, you see, I could have just fixed it through here. There we go. Kinda. Close enough. Oh, see, there is voice. Oh, shit. Okay. I hope the whole game's voice acted. January 1st, 1848. The Chateau Crinière of Baron Rourgil. Is that Monsieur Grenouille? Oh mon Dieu! Dame Catherine, what have you done? Act 1. A cat with claws. Am I supposed to be able to see the bottom of that? I can't tell.
It's midday already. Where on earth is that featherhead? Well, look who finally decided to get up. Haven't you heard what they said about the early bird, Falcon?
Ugh, too early for worms. Pass the Cabernet Sauvignon.
There'll be time for that later. We've got some business to handle first.
Business?
A letter arrived while you were sleeping. I haven't opened it yet.
It's probably just more junk mail. Go ahead, Sparrowson. You may have the honors.
All right. Dear Monsieur Falcon, I am writing to you today because my daughter, Dame Cataline, has been arrested for a crime she did not commit. She is being held at La Concierge prison on the charge of murder, no less. Her trial is in 3 days' time. It would greatly be in your debt if you would offer her your legal aid. Yours sincerely, Signor Pertois Demiot of the Demiot estate.
Well, this is quite something.
I know! Your first serious client in months!
Not just that, the Demiot estate is well known for its exuberant wealth. Even if we cannot do much for Dame Cataline, his lordship would still reward us handsomely for our efforts.
Wow! I suppose you intend on defending Dame Cataline in court?
Whoa! Moral choices. What's it gonna be, chat? What's gonna be? We doing it? I need my water. Where's my goddamn water? Nah, here comes the but thou must. I think not, Sparrowson. The fate of the fat cat Bourgeoisie is none of my concern. Pass the Cabernet Sauvignon already?
What? With all respect, Falcon, we've been doing nothing for the past 2 weeks. Anything would be better than another day of thumb twiddling.
Still.
Come on, let's be productive members of society.
No. No, I've made up my mind.
Okay, fine. Can we at least play some cards to pass the time?
Now that's a marvelous idea. But what game? We don't really have enough players for Tap, Tarok, or Seago.
I know. There's this game I learned at university called Jacques Noir.
Jacques Noir? That sounds dubious.
No, it's a real game. Let me tell you how it works. You draw cards from this deck to get as close to 21 as possible without going over. Call hit if you want another card, and stunned if you don't want any more. You're aiming to get as close to 21 as possible without going over.
Sounds good. Deal me.
What the hell?
So if you just deny the quest, it just throws you into a blackjack game instead. That's pretty goddamn brilliant. Also, this is definitely cut off a bit. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to do one more screen region. There you go. That's almost perfect. Okay, cool. 5. Hit. 11. 16. Hit. Oh, 23. I was like, I can do it.
What do you think? Are you getting the gist of it?
Not quite. Let's play again. I'm still trying to get a grip on some of the rules. Let's go again.
Okie dokie.
Alright, we're gonna win this time. 10. 18. We're standing. Alright, dealer. Oh, that fucking cheater. I can't believe him. Cheating asshole. Cheating asshole. Alright. We're gonna win this. Oh, fucking shit. No. I need to win this. I need to see the dialogue when I win. Also, that's not a big deck. I think it might be rigged. 2, 12, 15. God damn it! Fuck. It's rigged. It's gotta be rigged at this point. I wanna win. I wanna win. My turn. Okay. Take that. It's fucking rigged. Yes! Mmm! Eat it, Sparrowson. What do you think? Are you getting the gist of it? Oh, really? No other dialogue? Yeah, I think I've got a handle on it.
Alright, now we can make this interesting. How do you feel about a little wager?
Sounds good. What did you have in mind? 1 franc per round? 2?
No, I was thinking of something else.
I'm intrigued. Go on.
We play 1 round. If I win, you have to take on Dame Cataline's case.
That sounds like quite a hefty wager. What do I get if I win?
If you win... I've got it! If I win, you must...
Which one? This is gonna be rigged to shit. I know it. What do you guys think? Diet? I think you want the money. Diet, vow of silence, money, vow of silence, paycheck, silence. Seeing a lot of silence. Bird, fat, go on a diet. Get the dollar. Alright. Just give me 50% of your paycheck for this month.
That sounds fair.
Great, so it's a deal.
Sure. By the way, what's 50% of absolutely nothing?
Hey, I'm not paying you that little.
Now, I'm not saying that you pay me diddly squat, but I recently had to switch to 1-ply toilet paper. 1-ply, Falcon!
We can talk about a pay raise later. For now, let's just deal with the cards. Deal the cards, sorry. Fucking rigged.
Oh! Fuck!
It's infuriating, Carrie.
Why?
It's rigged. Bullshit's rigged.
Why are you mad?
He's cheating. That's why I'm mad.
Well, looks like I won. How about that?
What? No way, you cheated. You didn't shuffle those cards properly. Let's go again. 2 out of 3.
How does that American proverb go, Falcon?
Don't hate the player, hate the game. This is my punishment for gambling on a made-up card game, isn't it? Fine, we'll take the case.
Excellent! My derriere was getting tired from all this sitting around.
Oh, but I better file away Signor Demio's letter first. One moment, Falcon. Pertoir's letter has been added to my evidence folder. You may access the evidence folder anytime by clicking the suitcase symbol. King's Able Eye just subscribed for 4 months in a row. Thank you so much, King's Able Eye. I nearly forgot my wallet. I wouldn't want to lose that.
Again, I recall you losing it at the New Year's party and at Christmas. At Crimbus.
Crimbus. Yes, alright. No need to make a list. Falcon has picked up his wallet. 20 francs. Boom. Evidence. You may see how much money he's carrying at any time by clicking on the wallet symbol. Okay. Let's make a move! Oh shit, look at this map. Home to the map screen. From here you can travel to any list area by clicking on location, name, or location node. Areas marked with a clock symbol take a whole day to visit. Areas with no symbol can be visited freely.
Shit, is this like some Racketeer shit? Racketeers.
Racketeer, no. It's like Ace Attorney. Sounddoor reads, Aviary Attorney Offices. No case, no too big or too small. For centuries, the infamous conciergerie prison has detained accused and condemned alike. Okay, we'll go to our office first. Falcon, why are we back in your... Oh, that's where we just were. Duh. I was just procrastinating. Well, stop it! We need to get help from... We need to get back to helping Dame Cataline. Alright, I'm ready. Let's go. Alright. So the clock is next to the list. I see. I thought the clock was on the map there. Falcon and Sparrowson step into the stone-cold foyer of the conciergerie prison. Sullen-faced guards and visitors linger beneath the medieval archways. Ah, the conciergerie. They say this is the finest prison in the whole of France. I guess I should be doing a French accent, shouldn't I? What was that?
It's Harvey.
Harvey dicking around. The outer walls are impenetrable. The cells are spotless. The guards are well-mannered.
What do you want?
Good day, monsieur. I am here to see Dame Cataline de Meaux. I am due to represent her in court.
Oh, you're a lawyer, huh? Fine, follow me. Well, what are you waiting for? Keep up.
My papa hasn't forgotten about me, has he? Dame Cataline de Meaux, I presume? You've arrived! The fantastic lawyer, Monsieur Falcon, and his petite assistant, Sparrowson.
Milady is knowledgeable.
Don't talk like that, Sparrowson. Sorry. My papa told me he would only hire the best lawyers in town. I'm flattered. But they weren't available at such short notice, so he hired the first people in the address directory. Oh. You see, Falcon? I told you listing under Aviary Attorney would pay off. There we go. Thank you for your drink. Let's get down to business. Dame Cataline, could you fill us on some details? Your father's letter was a little brief. I can do my best. What is it you wanted to know? What exactly happened on the night of the murder? Oh, let me think. It was Friday evening. Me and my papa had arrived at Chateau Crinière, the home of the great Baron Rogiel. My papa spent all evening talking with Monsieur Crenouille and the Baron about business stuff. Business stuff? Well, the three of them own a railway company together, so all through dinner they were talking about company shares and investments, but I didn't really understand most of it. But after dinner, the man with the camera took our photograph. That was a lot more fun. Sorry, man with what took your what? Camera! It's a very new gadget. A tiny bug sits in a box with a tiny paintbrush and paints your picture very fast. Sorry, very fast. In 10 minutes, poof! You have a perfect picture. Wow, technology is amazing. I don't think the lady's explanation's right, Sparrowson. Pshaw! Let me believe. Still, the camera sounds like a very special device. I'll make a note of it. I'm not nailing it. The pronunciations. I can feel myself wavering between like Cockney and proper. Not to mention this takes place in France. Please continue, Dame Cataline. I'm kind of trying to do a mix between like Shulk and Harry Potter for the Phoenix guy. Rabitio attended the bouquet. Okay. So after we had the photograph, I went into the gardens to get some air, and that's when I found the body of Monsieur Grenouille. He was ripped open! A housemaid saw me standing over the froggy monsieur and called for help, but then the police arrived. Before I could say anything, I ended up here! It was such a blur! It must have been terrifying. It wasn't so bad. My papa taught me how to be a brave cat. Was there anything else you wanted to ask, Monsieur Falcon? Who was there that evening? Dame Cataline, who attended the banquet that evening? Well, there was me and my papa. My dearest maman could not make it. And there was Baron Rogier, who hosted the dinner, and his housemaid, Colleen, I think she was called. Of course, there was Monsieur Grenouille. Well, until you know he died. And there was Monsieur Robito de Robinho. Robito de Robinho. The man with the camera, but he was only there for a little while. I think that was all. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? Dame Cataline, did you see anything suspicious that evening? Suspicious? Like, maybe a guy lurking in the shadows, or a bloodied murder weapon. Monsieur Falcon, I do believe you're looking for an easy answer. I got a little bit of German in that one, did you hear it? You got me. I didn't see anything, I'm afraid. The evening was very normal. The food was delicious, the conversation boring. It was all very ordinary until the incident. I see. Wait! Falcon, you missed something of huge importance! I did? Dame Cataline said, you said the food was delicious. You didn't say what food it was! You and your damn stomach. Let me see. We had poached red herring to start, garnished with garlic butter. Go on! Then a marbled steak served bloody rare. Glorious! Falcon, write this down! What? What? That possibly can't be relevant to the case. Write it all down, please, for me! Fine, fine. Red herring has been added to my evidence folder. Bloody rare steak has been added to my evidence folder. Sparrowson, remind me not to let you talk to clients on an empty stomach. Come to think of it, I did find a little strange that we weren't given any cutlery. No cutlery? Not even for the steak? Nope. You would think that the great Baron of Chateau Criniere would have gorgeous silverware, but there was none to be seen. That is a little peculiar. Was there anything else you wanted to know, Monsieur Falcon? No, I think that will be all. So what's the plan now, Falcon? The way I see it, we have two tasks. We should head to Chateau Criniere and try to see the scene of the murder for ourselves. And we should try to track down the supposed photographer, Monsieur Rabitio de Rabinho. 2 days for 2 tasks. Seems doable. We should head back and get some rest first. We have a lot of work ahead of us. Wait, Monsieur Falcon, before you go. You do believe my story, don't you? Dame Cataline, I believe that a fair trial can draw the truth from any situation. I believe in justice. That's good to hear? You're not wrong, Falcon, but that's not what the lady needed to hear. You might want to work on being less of a, how to put it, fille de pute. What the fuck does that mean? If serving justice makes me fils de pute, then I'll wear that title proudly. It's so ridiculous. God damn it. It's so, like, ridiculously serious most of the time, too. Considering just a couple of verbs. Dame Cataline, Monsieur Grenouille, Baron Rogier. These names are all getting a bit confusing, aren't they? Not particularly. Well, it is for me. I'm going to start compiling a Facebook so I can keep track of who everyone is. A what? A Facebook! It's a collection of people's names, pictures, and descriptions in one easy-to-carry catalog. I think I understand. Name could use a little work, though. Sparrowson has started compiling a Facebook. Boom. Falcon's suave and courageous lackey, what a handsome fellow. Pertois Demaillot, the father of Dame Cataline. Pertois hired us to defend Dame Cataline Court. I bet you Pertois did it. and set up the name, thinking that me, a bumbling detective, could not possibly defend. Elmer, jailkeeper. Disgust for animals in general. Huh. And Grenouille, the froggy businessman who was found murdered at Chateau Crinière, a colleague of Pertois and Raguil. Okay. You access the, yeah. Let's make a move. A new day. Game saves automatically at the start of each new day. Oh man. You can also quick save, you can access the pause menu by clicking the cog symbol, pressing a escape key. Okay, so 2 areas. I guess each clock's going to pass a day and we have 2 days to do it, so we have time to do both, I guess. Let's check the crime scene first. Grenouille was the culprit, I'm pretty sure. Or not the culprit, the victim. Right? Yeah, dude, Grenouille was the victim. Falcon and Sparrowson enter the courtyard outside Chateau Crinière. People with dirty clothes and gaunt faces linger around the building's shadows. Excusez-moi, messieurs. I don't mean to be a pain, but my little girl and I are sick and starving, see? I don't suppose you have some spare change. You have 20 francs in your wallet. What should we give? Nothing? 1 franc? 10 francs. Oh no, peasants. Oh no! $10 francs. 10 francs. 1. I'm letting you choose, chat. 10. Oh man, looks like it's gonna be 10. Here you go. Stay safe, madame. Oh wow! Bless you, messieurs, bless you.
That was pretty generous of you, Falcon.
Times are tough. Making sure mother and child can make it through the last of winter is the least I can do. But what am I doing standing here moralizing? Come on, Sparrowson, we've got business to attend to. Falcon and Sparrowson step into the pristine wood-paneled foyer of Chateau Crinière.
Whoa, look at this place. Baron Raguil must be loaded.
More than loaded. When it comes to lucrative investments, the Baron is a legend. Factories, I should say. Chocolate shops, hotels, railroads. The Baron owns a little bit of everything this side of the Seine. The Seine?
Is he here right now?
Yes, he's a smug-looking chap with the impressive mane. But we must approach a man of his stature with tact and finesse.
Hey, Baron, we'd like a word.
How's that? Sparrowson, you have the finesse of an inebriated warthog.
You can thank me later. I got his attention.
Did I hear my name? Great Baron Raguil, property owner extraordinaire, at your service. And who might you fellows be? More investigators?
Policemen are attorneys. This music's pretty excellent too. Could make a difference on what he decides to tell us. Oh my, yes! What's it gonna be? Chat. You're picking. I'm not picking. Attorneys. Burb attorneys. Okay. Not quite. I'm a private attorney, J.J. Falcon. And wait, wasn't that, Wait, no, it's Nick, not Jay. I don't know why I thought Jay was Phoenix's name, too. And this is my associate, Sparrowson.
Lawyers, eh? You know you aren't the first to have passed through here today.
Oh?
Yes, yes, oh my, yes. This jumpy, twitchy fellow came by this morning. Asked a bunch of questions, then hopped away before he heard the answers. Most curious.
Do you know who he was, Sparrowson?
Perhaps. I have a hunch. We'll be seeing him at the trial.
A friend of yours?
Something like that.
What may I do for you, messieurs? We're doing some research on Monsieur Grenouille, the frog who was killed here Friday evening. Of course, of course. Such a tragedy. He was such a good friend and a loyal business partner. I suppose you, messieurs, will be wanting to see the crime scene for yourself.
Actually, yes, that would be fantastic.
Well, be my guest. You will find the garden where the murder occurred through the back doors. You may also be interested in the lounge on the second floor, third door to the right. That would be where we gathered for a group photograph prior to the unfortunate incident.
Oh, can we see the finished photograph?
I'm afraid not. It's my understanding that the photograph must be developed before it can be viewed. It's a slow process.
His name is just Phoenix. Oh, Phoenix, right. Duh. Because Nick is short for Phoenix. Oh my god.
My own copy of the photograph is to be delivered in 3 days' time.
That's no good to us. The trial may be over by then.
Nonetheless, we appreciate your hospitality. Thank you, Baron.
It's no trouble at all. I'll be here to see you out when you're done with your investigations.
So, where shall we go first?
Garden. Dame Cataline said that she found Monsieur Grenouille on the stairs by the fountain, so this must be the very spot where the murder took place.
Hey, Falcon, do the crime scenes investigation thing.
The crime scene investigation thing?
Yeah, you know, the thing where you get all eagle-eyed and analyze every object in excruciating detail.
You mean search for evidence?
Yeah, do that!
That's not a bad suggestion. It wouldn't be the first time the Parisian police have missed something right under their noses. In investigation mode, you are free to examine the scenery of the room. Click on an item of interest, and Falcon will examine it in closer detail. When you've had enough, or when you can find nothing else to examine, click on the X in the top right corner. This really is just Phoenix Wright with birds. Baron Rogiel certainly likes his horse statues.
I don't mind the horse statues, but the little cherub people creep me out. Babies should be waddling, not attempting saddleless horseback riding.
This fountain's finely crafted. It's solid, carved marble. That can't have been cheap. I see nothing but water in the bottom of the lower basin.
It's a shame we can't see the upper basin from here. That would be a perfect place to quickly stash a murder weapon.
That's actually not a terrible line of reasoning. We ought to wade in to take a closer look, just to be sure.
Yeah, I suppose we should.
Oh, I apologize. I wasn't being direct enough. What I meant was, Sparrison, go wade into the fountain and take a closer look inside the upper basin.
Me? No way! If you want to go wading, do it yourself.
I'm a respectable lawyer. You can't expect me to roll up my trousers and paddle around a fountain like a duck in the lake.
Yeah, well, you don't pay me enough to justify getting my sweet threads wet.
Look, there's only one reasonable way to settle this. We'll flip it.
Flip for it?
God damn it, he rigs everything, though.
Yup, I'll flip this 1 franc coin. You call the outcome. Get it wrong and you go for a swim. So what'll it be? Heads or tails? Napoleon face? Or plant squiggles?
Chat, don't fuck it up. We don't want to go swimming. We're going to ruin our trousers. Don't fuck it up, chat. What's it going to be? You're the omniscient ones here. Tails. Mortarizer says tails.
Plant squiggles? Or plant squiggles? It's called wreath, Sparrison. Sure, I'll bet on the plant squiggles. Here I go!
It's heads. What the fuck? You fucked up, Mortarizer. Now I have to ban you. Just kidding. I unbanned you.
Fine, hold my shoes. Falcon really should learn how to spot a rigged coin flip. I almost feel bad for cheating.
See, I told you guys.
Almost. You're back. Had a good swim? No, I'm a bird, not a fish. But I did find a mystery item in the upper basin. It's no murder weapon, though. What is this? It's brown and sticky, and it smells weird. Don't tell me you picked up a very wet cigar butt. Possibly belonging to Baron Rogiel. Correct. But that shouldn't be too surprising. It is his house, after all. I'll stash it in the evidence folder just in case. Cool. Is there anything else we need to do here? Scars found by can only be reached with a little waiting. A horse statue. This one has a goofy face. That reminds me of a joke. A horse walks into a bar and the barkeep says, "Why the long face?" Yes, we've heard that one before. What? No, the barkeep says, "You've got to stop coming here. You're drinking us under the stable." I think it's time to rein in the horse jokes. Pretty good. Another beautifully made horse statue. You know, my uncle once had a horse that refused to eat hay. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yup, eventually we realized I was just filling up on the horse nerves. Ah, terrible. Select an area to examine. Ooh. Dried blood on the staircase. This must be where Monsieur Granouille died. Do you see any bloody footprints? Or maybe a name scrawled in blood, written in the frog's last breath. Wishful thinking. All I'm seeing here is a big sticky puddle. There's nothing to indicate that the body was moved or that the frog left a last-minute clue. All I can make out from the bloody mess is that Monsieur Granouille was attacked and killed on the staircase. A finely crafted horse statue. The mane almost looks lifelike. Would you say it behooves you to stroke it? No. No, I would not. I actually really like the writing in this game. All the horse puns, man. Alright, let's pixel hunt very carefully here. I like that it eliminates something from being selected after it's been selected once so that you can know for sure what you've picked and what you haven't. I think we've gotten everything. Oh. Okay. I think that's good. Think we're done here. Good call. But are you sure you don't want to take another dip? We still have time. Don't push your luck. Alright, lounge. What? It's so tall I can't even see. Second floor. Third door on the right. This must be the room where the photograph was taken. Whoa, that was weird. I had a little bit of Irish there or something. Psst! Hey Falcon, do you see that? See what? The housemaid totally just did something shifty. Shifty? I think she pocketed something from the drawer. You should totally call her out on it. Excuse me, mademoiselle. Ah! Yes? Are you two policemen? No, we're private attorneys. My name's J.J. Falcon. And I'm Sparrowson. Oh, how rude of me. My name is Colleen Duholt. And so, what can I help you messieurs with today? We're investigating the murder that took place last week. Do you mind if we ask you a couple of questions? That's fine. Let me grab a chair. There we go. That's better. What was it you wanted to ask? That's all. We're looking for the room where the photograph was taken prior to the incident. Would you happen to know whether this is the right room? Oh yes, you're in the right place. I saw the photograph session for myself. Let's see. The cameraman was standing just about where you're standing, actually, Monsieur Falcon. And where was the camera pointed? Right at the clock above the mantelpiece. The Baron insisted on using that very location. You have to listen on audio only. Thanks for reading out loud. No problem, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't play a text-heavy game like this without reading out loud. It wouldn't feel right. Now that I'm looking at it, something isn't right about that clock. I know. The painting on it totally clashes with the decor. I was thinking along more obvious lines. The clock has no hands. Oh, that clock never had hands in all the years I've worked here. I think Baron Rogiel just keeps it around as a conversation piece. Well, we're conversing about it, so I guess it's working. It's a peculiar detail, though. I'll take note of it. Missing clock ends. Bam. Is there something else you wanted to ask? You were a little nervous when we came in. You thought we were police officers. Is there something we ought to know? Anything you want to confess? No, I suppose I'm just a little nervous after all the drama last week. Pressure. Are you sure there isn't anything you're hiding? It's okay to tell us. We're defense attorneys. That means we help people to get away with criminal acts. Right, and... Wait, what? No, that's not an accurate job description, Sparrowson. It isn't? Oh, what do we do then? Oh, I'll tell you later. Honestly, messieurs, I have nothing to hide. Was there something else you wanted to ask? I think she's hiding something. No further questions. Thank you, mademoiselle. You've been a huge help. It's no problem, monsieur. Actually, there is something. I know you two saw me stealing as you came in. I appreciate that you didn't give me a third degree about it. You see, I'm trying to save up to follow my dreams and... Well, never mind, I'm rambling. It's no problem, mademoiselle. To be honest, we have much larger crime to worry about. Although I should probably ask, I don't suppose you've been stealing anything else? Silverware, perhaps? You know about that? Yeah, I suppose it was me. I started with a couple of teaspoons. I didn't think the Baron would miss those. But, well, yeah, I suppose the habit got a little away from me. That's one mystery solved, at least. Boom. Yeah. Apparently, one big thing that sets this apart from Phoenix Wright is that, you can actually permanently miss evidence, and it can have an impact on how well you do in the trial. Which I think is really interesting. I would appreciate it if you didn't tell the Baron. He's been really kind, and I would hate to break his trust. I see. So where to next, Big Bird? In hall. Hall.
Did you, messieurs, have a good look around? I trust everything was in order.
We had a good look. Thank you, Baron. But we actually have some questions for you.
Please, ask away. I have nothing to hide. Oh my, yes.
We met your housemaid, Colleen Duhot.
She's a courteous young lady, isn't she?
Yes, she was more than willing to help us with our investigation.
I'm glad to hear it. Did you two want to ask something else?
Baron Rogiel, we'd like to ask you about your activities on the night of the murder.
Oh ho, am I in trouble?
That remains to be seen.
Does it now? I don't particularly care for your tone.
I'm just asking questions, Baron. If you have nothing to hide, then you should be able to give a straight answer.
Listen well, garçon. I make more money in 10 minutes than you make in a week. I pay extortionate amounts of taxes to the government so that law lackeys like you can keep your cozy jobs. And yet you have the audacity to waltz into my own house and accuse me of being a murderer. You have 10 seconds to get off my property, or I will ensure that your next trial you attend will be your own.
Damn. So we can get any info out of him?
Don't say anything.
What was it you told me as we went in? Let's act with tact and finesse. Shut up. What was it you called me? A drunken warthog? I don't need this. I'm going back to the office.
Oh my, yes. A new day.
Shit, that was only just one of 2 locations. So this is the studio of the famous photographer. Shall we knock? Wait, there's a note on the door. The magnificent and marvelous artist, Monsieur Robitio de Romino, is currently out on artistic expedition. I goofed it, I know. I could have got info out of him and I fucked up. He shall return when his muse sees fit. When his muse sees fit? What does that even mean? I think it means that he has a pretentious bird brain. But in any case, that artist... excuse me, seems to be out. Sparrowson's a drunk.
What shall we do now? Never hurts to knock. We should knock anyway.
Alright, I don't see the harm.
Nope, doesn't look like he's in, Falcon. Should break in. We should break in.
What? Are you serious?
Maybe.
Monsieur J.J. Falcon, I have thought that as a man of justice, like yourself, would be against such reckless displays of unlawful barbarism.
You're right, I'm sorry. I don't know what came over.
It's a brilliant suggestion. Stand back, I'm barging the door down.
He's doing it. Wait, just like that? Shouldn't we discuss this first? I love Sparrowson, he's great.
Yeah.
What in Bird Jesus? What in Bird Jesus' name was that? You said you wanted to break in. I thought we could find an open window. I didn't think you would turn into a bird-sized cannonball. Well, now we're here. Well, now we're here. We ought to make the best of it. This place is quite something. It's very...
Swanky?
I was going to say ostentatious. It's just swanky talk for swanky. We don't have time for this. The sound of door being smashed in could be drawing unwanted attention. We should find anything that may help our case and get out. Oh god, I can check every picture. Let's not check every picture. I see paints, inks, and dyes. Not quite sure what clear liquid this bottle is.
I could taste test it.
You could, but we don't have time for a hospital visit right now, so let's not. See if there's anything besides the pictures. This one could be a garden, and it's like a fence.
Hey Falcon, look!
What? It's just an easel.
No, look at what's on the easel.
Oh, wow. This must be a copy of the photograph from the evening of the murder. There's no question about it. I see a housemaid, Dame Cataline, and I think that's Seigneur Pertois, Cataline's father. So what shall we do?
Should we just take this?
Let's take it. We've come this far. We may as well borrow it. Studio photograph. It's been done. Okay, we got that. I think all that's left is pictures, but let's check all non-pictures first. There's a chandelier. Yeah.
A chandelier? You should get one of those for the office.
I don't have the money for that sort of luxury. This is a picture of a fence.
It's a fancy photograph. It leaves our viewer defenseless.
Out of all the pictures here, I would pick it as my favorite. Okay, I'm done. No more fence puns. I see a finely dressed dandy fellow upon a horse. A picture of a sailing ship on a windy day. A light. What? Camera? I have one on my phone. Oh, no. Why? Are you okay?
Yeah, I just need to do clean my eyes.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Jesus, on both sides.
Yep.
She did that to me. She was trying to jump up. My cat was trying to jump up onto my leg. And she didn't make it all the way, so she slipped. But she tried to grab on, and as a result, her claws just dug into my leg. And she literally hung there for about, like, 3 seconds before I, like, shoved her off. And it bled everywhere. It was horrible. And apparently, that also just happened to Carrie. A lighthouse? No, wait, it's a man in a top hat. Actually, if I squint and turn my head sideways, it's a black smudge falcon. This is a tiny photograph of what appears to be a jail cell. That reminds me, how illegal is this? You know, breaking and entering, rifling through a person's belongings. It's cool, we're lawyers. It's okay. A recently passed amendment allows for proportionate amounts of property damage in the pursuit of criminal evidence. I don't think that's correct, but your use of legal jargon makes me have faith in your credentials. Sounds like you're starting to learn the finer points of the French justice system, Sparrowson. Yeah, we're fine. Carrie got nailed, and now Bruce looks guilty as shit. Bruce is right behind you, Carrie. Just looking, being like, I'm sorry. Bruce. Come here.
Roberts. Bruce doesn't have very good memory.
A butterfly, or maybe a moth. It's difficult to tell in black and white. This is a photograph of a castle somewhere in the countryside. You know, I once had an uncle who fell off a castle ramparts while on guard duty. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Did he die? No, he got demoted. Ugh, terrible. A beautiful picture of the Paris skyline. Given the angle, this must have been taken from Notre Dame Cathedral itself. This appears to be a photograph of a ladder, symbolic of climbing towards success, perhaps? It looks more like a stepladder to me. Oh no, we're not getting into that old argument. I see a bourgeoisie tigress in profile. Okay. Do we check everything? I think we did. Is that I can tell? Yeah. Okay. I think we're done snooping. Let's get out of here before we draw further attention to ourselves. Sounds good to me. Uh-oh. Oh mon Dieu! What happened to my door? Well, Monsieur Robinho, it's like this. You see, we are attorneys who have been hired for the purpose of... Raven! A raven did it! He saw the whole thing! Or we saw. What are you doing, Sparrowson? I've got this. I'm not going to jail because your conscience is acting up. Nobody's going to jail, just take it easy. Oh, damn ravens. They're always after our shiny objects, am I right? Yeah, that's right. Let's make a move. Trial day is approaching fast. Right, let's go. Oh man, trial day. I'm excited. Is it trial day yet? I want to do a trial. Oh yeah. Falcon and Sparrowson stand inside the marble portico of the Palais de Justice, awaiting the opening of the Tribunal de Grande Instance. Are you nervous, Falcon? Nope. We've got this case in the bag. Look at my feathers. See? Totally unruffled. Wow! Well, at least one of us is feeling confident. Monsieur Falcon, Petit Sparrowson. Is there anything else you need to do? Need me to do? No, we've got a handle on things. Falcon was just telling me how confident he was feeling about the case. That's wonderful. I know you two will pull through. Let's move it along, fellas. I'll be watching from inside. Do your best for me, Monsieur Falcon. We will. Are we ready? Yeah, we're ready. Oh boy, it's trial time. Alright, settle down everyone, settle down. Is everybody here? J.J. Falcon, present. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Rupert Rabington, present. The readiest prosecution, Your Honor. Oh, darn, that's not it. Oh gosh, where are my notes? Ha, I knew it. Knew what? Rupert and I went to Paris Law School together. He was in all of my classes. Oh, was he smart? Pfft, no. He always scored the second worst marks in class. I can only assume that he bumbled through the final exams on the luck of those two rabbits' feet. Unless he's improved considerably, you might already have this trial in the bag. That's good to know. But say, Sparrowson, if Rupert scored the second lowest marks in class, then who scored the lowest? I chose to exercise my right not to self-incriminate. Here it is. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. All the jury present. Guys, I'll be right back in about, I don't know, a minute or so. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. All present and accounted for, Your Honor.
Hey, Falcon. I thought there were only 6 members of the jury for cases like this. Why do I count 8?
Oh, those 2 birds with the funny hats are assesseurs, the associate judges.
Everything seems to be in order, so let's begin. The court is now in session for the trial of Dame Cataline de Meaux. Prosecution, please call your first witness to the stand.
Oh gosh, are we there already? Okay, I choose to call the officer in charge of the murder investigation, Inspector Valerdi, to the witness stand.
Inspector Valerdi, please approach the stand and recite the oath.
As you will, Your Honor. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Monsieur, no, Inspector, please state your name and occupation for the record.
My name is Inspector Just Voletti. I am a servant to the law, a scourge of the gutter rats that plague this city. I have enforced the law for over 20 years. I shall continue until I bring the infamous Viridian killer to justice. My path begins 18 years ago.
Let's stick to the questions, Inspector.
Of course, Your Honor.
Oh, great. I was hoping we could have one of those bumbling, cuddly officers, but instead we're stuck with lawful goody-two-shoes.
I bet this guy would turn his own mother if we saw her littering. So, Inspector, is it true that you are the lead investigator on the case?
That is correct. I am also among the first to arrive at the scene of the crime.
Then perhaps you can walk us through what you witnessed upon your arrival?
Absolutely. Just after 7:30, we were alerted and brought to the scene by the housemaid of Baron Roquille. At the scene of the crime, we found Dame Cataline de Meaux. She was standing over the corpse of Monsieur Grenouille, with his blood on her paws.
Well, that sounds like an open and shut case, in my humble opinion. No more questions, Your Honor.
Bloody paws? Nobody told me that detail. Keep it together, Falcon. You're about to be given the opportunity to cross-examine the witness. That's your opportunity to find flaws in the inspector's testimony. Of course, I know this. You may begin your cross-examination, Monsieur Falcon.
Oh boy, here we go. Press the witness for information. Ask the right questions to bring the truth to light. Avoid pressing for pointless details. The judge and jury don't like having their time wasted. Okay, so it's not like Phoenix Wright where you just press on everything. Let's see, the housemaid. Scene of the crime, we found Dame Caroline. She's a sliced open corpse. Blood on her paws. Definitely gonna ask about the housemaid.
Inspector, you say you were alerted to the scene by Baron Roquille's housemaid.
That is correct.
What was her name? The housemaid's name was Colleen de Haut. Is that correct?
Yeah, I guess that's right.
We found her running from Chateau Crinière with tears in her eyes.
Colleen, that was the thieving giraffe lady, wasn't it?
We questioned her extensively, but we didn't find anything implicative. As far as the police are concerned, Colleen Dauhot is not a suspect. Yes. Could the housemaid have been the murderer?
Oh, I object! Falcon, you can't go around accusing people of murder willy-nilly.
I must agree. I saw and heard nothing that made me suspect the housemaid. No motive, no means. Falcon, do you have any reason to suspect that the housemaid was a murderer?
She is a klepto, but do we really have something? I don't think I do, but let's see what you guys say.
Well, I do not. I was just exploring the possibility. In any case, I saw and heard nothing that made me suspect the housemaid of murder.
I think that's it.
I'd like to ask about the corpse of Monsieur Grenouille. Go on! What was Monsieur Grenouille's cause of death? That was immediately obvious when I arrived on the scene. Monsieur Grenouille had a gaping slash from shoulder to thigh. Blood was everywhere. I spoke with the coroner, and he was in agreement. The frog died from blood loss directly caused by the open wound. I see. Suppose there's no chance of arguing that this was an unrelated injury, huh?
Sure. I can always say never mind.
Inspector, could you describe the cut on Monsieur Grenouille's corpse? Certainly. It was a single vertical slash. It was fine and deep cut. The sort you would expect to see from a sharpened saber or a surgeon's knife. Or a cat's claw? Certainly. Wait. You say a saber or knife could have inflicted the wound. Isn't this a line of investigation that's worth pursuing? Don't be daft, Falcon. Did you see or hear anything about a knife or sword at the crime scene?
Whoa.
I did. There was a sword in the main hall, wasn't there? I think the police would have noticed a thing like that. No, Monsieur Falcon, there was no sword at the crime scene.
I'm here, Invictus. What do you need help with?
These sorts of observations are ridiculous and dangerous. Judge! I concur. Defense, please be more careful with your lines of inquiry.
What? I want to bring up the silverware.
Fuck.
I know, Colleen stole the knives, exactly. Let's ask about this and then I might go back to housemaid and point out the knives.
Inspector, you say Dame Cataline had blood on her hands. On her paws. Correct. Blood clung to her fur like guilt to a convict. Whose blood was it? Ha! What a question! It was Monsieur Grenouille's, of course. How can you be so sure?
Oh, I object. This line of questioning is absurd. There was only one murder victim that night, Falcon. The blood on Dame Cataline's paws could have only belonged to one person, Monsieur Grenouille. Judge, Falcon's trying to delay trial by asking pointless questions.
I'm afraid the prosecution may have a point, Monsieur Falcon. Do you have any reason to suspect that the blood belonged to someone other than Monsieur Grenouille?
I wish I could see that up close. Do we have a reason? Oh, it could be the steak. Could be the steak. A bloody rare steak.
I do, Your Honor. Actually, I have one more suspicion. I have evidence that the blood on Dame Cataline's paws had nothing to do with the murder.
This is foolish time wasting, Falcon. If the blood on Dame Cataline's paws didn't come from the victim, then where did the blood come from?
Take that! On the evening of the murder, Dame Cataline ate a bloody rare steak. Is this true, Monsieur Abington?
Well, in a matter of speaking, I suppose the steak may have been on the menu.
Then, Inspector, would you acknowledge the possibility that the blood on the lady's paws did not belong to the victim, but to the steak?
Well,
Wait, don't answer that, Inspector.
It is a possibility.
No!
Intriguing. Pretty convincing. You gain a little favor, Jerry. Sweet. So, Inspector Valerity, is it possible that you arrested an innocent bystander simply for being a messy eater? Now hold on just 1 minute, Falcon. You're overlooking something quite crucial. Dame Caroline is an elegant bourgeoisie kitten. She was no doubt brought up with flawless etiquette and perfect table manners. At the banquet, she would have eaten the steak with a fork in her left hand and the knife in her right. Oh, but you see, they didn't have any silverware because they were being stolen. How could she have possibly gotten blood on her paws with such good manners? Oh, that was a good question. Or at least, it would be at any ordinary dinner banquet. But as it happened, something was missing from that particular banquet. Something that forced Dame Cataline to eat with her paws. Boom. Dame Cataline was forced to eat steak with her paws because the silverware of the household had been previously stolen. Stolen? I don't recall any mention of that in the police report. We weren't aware of anything missing from the Rogiel residence when we performed the initial investigation. But, as it happened, Baron Rogiel approached us about this very subject last night. Huh? Innocent, perhaps? What a twist. You gained a little favor with the jury. What is the meaning of all this? Bloody steak? Misplaced silverware? Inspector, was your investigation so lax that you overlooked these basic facts in your initial report? Lax? My investigation? Judge, I assure you I'm the most thorough investigative officer on the force. Then it is amazing that the Parisian police managed to solve any crimes at all. Oh dear. Be on your way, Inspector. Perhaps do a little inspecting for your next case. Fine. So be it. Messieurs, until next time. Prosecutor, I trust your next witness is ready? Yes, of course, Your Honor. I call upon him, let's see, Monsieur Rabitio Rabinho, the photographer who attended the banquet on the night of the murder. Monsieur Rabitio Rabinho, please approach the stand and recite the oath. How's it go? I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. It's a little cliché, to be perfectly honest. Could the witness please introduce himself for the court record? As if anybody in this court record does not immediately recognize me. I am the great Monsieur Rabitio Rabinho, cutting-edge photographer and visionary. I don't just take people's pictures, I capture their very essence. Je suis l'artiste. Tu es un pipe. You are a pipe? You may have seen my works in hip magazines Le Branché or C'est Short. I can send you tweets if you like. What on earth is a tweet? Bird-to-bird communication. Come on, Falcon, it's the 19th century. Get with the times already. Yes, your works are very impressive, Monsieur Rabinho, but let's get down to business. Could you tell us your activities? What they were on the night of the murder? Very well. I was hired by Baron Rogiel to capture the evening's events. I arrived at 7:30. I pointed my camera and captured the beauty of the banquet in one fantastic photograph. Then I billed Baron Rogiel and left. Like a true artist. And, with regards to the photograph itself, who'd you photograph? I thought you might ask. I brought a copy so that you could all see for yourselves. Oh, very good. Let's take a closer look. My word, this is an exquisite picture, isn't it? So, let's see, what do we have here? In the middle we see, Baron Rogiel, mine who hosted the event. On the left we see, Seigneur Pertois Demiao, the father of the defendant, Dame Cataline. And finally we see the housemaid, Colleen de Haute, who I suspect may have snuck into the picture uninvited. Yeah, it's different. It's different. It's different! As you can see, two people are clearly absent from the photograph. The first is the victim, Monsieur Grenouille. Oh, and the clock had the hands on the picture. Oh shit, guys. Good call, I didn't notice that.
The second is the defendant, Dame Kathleen Demeaux. Quite suspicious, wouldn't you agree? Just a moment, Monsieur Remington. This proves nothing. So the defendant and the victim were not photographed with the others. That doesn't mean they were in the garden together at that point. Hold your horses, Falcon. I'm not done yet. The prosecution may continue. Yeah, you're right. It has hands, and they're different people. Behind the photograph subjects, we see a wall clock with the time at 7:30. Now, why is that time significant? Well, as Inspector Valerides told us earlier, that was the exact time the murder took place. Do you see, Falcon? Every suspect has an alibi at the time of the murder, save for Dame Kathleen herself. Hey, Falcon, that photograph doesn't seem right. It looks different to the one we borrowed from Robinho's studio. I see it too. Our photograph shows Colleen de Haute, Dame Kathleen, and Signor Pertois. But Monsieur Robinho's photograph shows Baron Rogiel where Dame Kathleen should be standing. If we assume that that only one photograph was taken, then this demonstrates that one of the photographs must have been edited in some way. You should just slam that evidence down. Be like, BAM! Inconsistency. This whole courtroom's out of order. Case closed. I can't do that. Well, I suppose you could be a little bit more delicate with your words. No, I mean, I can't do that because our evidence was illegally obtained. If I were to present it, Monsieur Robinho would ask how we acquired it. The whole trial could derail. In a worst-case scenario, I could lose my legal license. We would be arrested for theft. Oh, well, we don't want that. No, we don't. I should tread lightly. Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine the witness. Very well. The defense may proceed. Huh. It's a waste of time if you ask me. Photographs are rock-solid evidence. Bum bum bum. Select the statement of question. Monsieur Robinho, you say you arrived at 7 o'clock. Give or take a couple of minutes, yes? How do you know? How do you know that you arrived at 7? Well, the clock in my house read 6:45 when I left, and then the walk to Chateau Criniere was about 15 minutes. I don't claim to be a flawless timekeeper, but I am a professional. I always stick to an appointment. Do you have another question to ask? How long did it take to set up your camera? It took perhaps 25 minutes to find a shooting location, put together the camera, and ready the film. So you arrived at 7, and the photograph took place at 7:30. You spent 25 minutes setting up. At least 5 minutes unaccounted for. Falcon, surely you aren't suggesting that Monsieur Robinho did something nefarious in a small window of time? Nah. Not at all. I'm just trying to piece together this evening's events. I spent a little time talking with Baron Rogiel when I arrived. That's probably where the rest of the time went. Do you have another question about Robinho's time arrival? Nah. Which is the one where they fuck. Yeah, it's Hatoful Boyfriend. Alright, photograph. Let's take a closer look at this photograph. I see a mistake! Just to clarify, Monsieur Robinho, photographs are a different reflection of reality, are they not? That is correct. The photograph process leaves no room for bias or inaccuracies. That is most curious, because I see a mistake. A mistake? Impossible. I just told you, Monsieur, the camera's perfect, unbiased evidence. The photographs it produces are flawless. Falcon, I'm not seeing any mistakes. Perhaps you could be more specific. Certainly. Ooh, baby. Right there. The clock in this photograph. There's something not right about it. Well, isn't that convenient? The defense sees something wrong with the key piece of evidence that implicates his client. Don't give me that cocky tone, Monsieur Remington. I have evidence that there's something wrong with the clock in that picture. Bam. Missing clock hands. The photograph clearly shows the clock's hands pointing at 7 and 6. That much is self-evident. Which is most curious, because the clock in the lounge of Chateau Criniere has no hands. It has no hands? The clock is merely a decorative piece, a talking item. Feel free to ask Baron Rogiel or his housemaid if you have doubts. The thing I don't get is if Baron Rogiel is the one who doctored the photo, which presumably he is, because he'd want to save his own ass, wouldn't he know to make the clock's hands blank? Unless she stole the hands after the photo was taken, unbeknownst to him, and she just tried to pass it off as a lie. Monsieur Robinho, how do you explain this discrepancy?
I don't know. There must be some sort of mistake. My camera is flawless.
There is no mistake, monsieur. Your photograph depicts something that does not exist in the real world. Because Robinho sucks cock, maybe. Oh, maybe Robinho is the one who doctored it, and he just didn't think anything of it. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe there was an error in the printing process.
An error precisely where the clock's hand should be. Please, monsieur, don't patronize us. Allow me to offer a more plausible explanation. You, Monsieur Robinho, edited this photograph.
Edited?
I'm no expert, but I suspect that you used paint or ink to carefully put hands upon the clock. It would have been a simple task, considering the clock was face bare. What motive would he have for setting up the cat? That's what I want to know. One could even speculate that you specifically chose to include a handless photograph in a handless clock in the photograph just to simplify the editing process. Falcon, your reasoning is absurd. Why would the witness do such a thing? Is it not obvious? By showing the photograph to have taken place at precisely 7:30, it clears all the photograph suspects of suspicion. In other words, Monsieur Robinho created a perfect alibi. Of course, this raises further questions. Who is the witness protecting, and why? Why Monsieur Robinho coerced, bribed, threatened? Or was he? Enough silence. Let's hear some answers, Monsieur Robinho.
Fine, you've got me. I'm guilty. I did it all.
Oh, no way. You did it. You're confessing to the murder of Monsieur Grenouille. What? No. I have no idea who killed the frog. I'm just admitting that I'm guilty of producing fraudulent photographs. I was ordered to make changes to the printed photographs. And yes, that included adding hands to the clock. You were ordered by whom? I dare not say. Monsieur Robinho, I strongly advise you to answer the defense's question. You are pledged to speak without fear, after all. Without respect, Judge, I fear his claws. More than I fear the punishment of the justice system. I shall name no names.
His claws. Did you hear that, Falcon?
That is most unfortunate. Monsieur Robinho, we shall not torture names out of you. We don't live under the ancient regime, after all. But since you have admitted to falsifying evidence, then we cannot keep you on stand as a witness. Take your leave. You shall be charged with perjury in due course. I can't protest. That's the least I deserve for my failures as an artist. Good day, messieurs.
Intriguing. Pretty convincing.
You gain a little favor with the jury. So, the clock's hands were painted on. So what? It doesn't matter. The photograph still depicts Dame Cataline as absent close to the time of the murder. That's significant. Don't be dense, Monsieur Rabington. If the photograph is not completely genuine, then it cannot be considered reliable evidence. Why not? It's still a portrayal of the night's events. Because if we accept that one part of the picture was edited, then we must accept the possibility that others were too. It's possible that Dame Cataline was painted out. Even worse, it is possible that another person was painted in. We know that the witness was trying to cover for someone, so all possibilities must be accounted for. So what are you saying, Falcon? That the housemaid paid off the photographer? Or was it Seigneur Pertois de Moi, perhaps? I don't think so. The housemaid lacks mean or motive. and it wouldn't make sense for Senor Pertois to implicate his own daughter. Well, surely you're not suggesting that the honest and beloved Baron Morgil deliberately tried to frame Dame Cataline? Because that would be the most outlandish theory yet. The Baron is a pillar of our community. He would do no such thing. Monsieur Rabingen, I'm not here to throw accusations. That's the job of you, the prosecutor. However, may I perhaps offer my opinion? But Baron, it's not time for your witness testimony yet. So you would think, prosecutor, and yet I see my good reputation getting tarnished by your incompetence. Oh my, yes. Incompetence? Indeed. Let us proceed with witness questioning. Is that fine with you, Judge? Yes, I suppose that's fine. Very good. And I trust that the defense has no objections. No objections here. Fantastic! Oh, but before I forget, I pledge to speak without fear and prejudice, etc., etc. Now, prosecutor, ask me about what I witnessed over the course of the evening. Oh my, yes. Oh, okay. The Baron Morgil, on the night of the murder, the initial dinner went magnificently. When the photographer arrived, Monsieur Grenouille left to visit the garden. Dame Cataline followed behind him moments later. Signor Pertois, Monsieur Robinho, and myself were engaged in conversation, so we paid her no mind. After the photographer left, my housemaid left to go find Monsieur Grenouille and Dame Cataline. That would be when I heard her cry for help. Thank you, Baron. I think we all know the story from there. I would like to cross-examine the witness. Do you doubt my integrity, Garçon? I'm just here to uncover the truth, Baron. Very well, then. Hit me with your best shot. Let us establish with absolute certainty that I, Baron Morgil, am an honest man. The defense may proceed with the cross-examination. Alright. Baron Morgil, I have a couple of questions about your housemaid, Colleen de Holt. She smoke, I guess. Why not? Oh! Ah. Well, that question came out of the left field. Definitely not. Mademoiselle de Holt detests the smell of tobacco. I see. Putting together a bigger picture, are we? I think so. The pieces are slowly falling into place. No. Baron, we saw the murder scene, your garden, for ourselves. Baron Morgil, when was the last time you ventured into your own garden? As it happens, I have quite serious allergies. I haven't been in my own garden for years. Years, you say? Indeed. That's not right. Baron, I do not wish to call you a liar, but the claim does not hold up to scrutiny. Oh? And why is that? Because we have hard evidence that you have visited the garden recently. Balderdash! My word is gold! So the court... show the court this so-called hard evidence, and that I've been in my garden. Boom. Take that. This was found in your garden. To be specific, it was found inside the fountain basin. Right beside where the murder occurred. A cigar butt? That could belong to anybody and... Prosecutor, please shut your mouth. I can speak for myself. Okay, sorry, Baron. That is indeed the remnants of one of my cigars, but I must apologize, Monsieur Falcon, for I misunderstood your initial question. You see, prior to the banquet, I hadn't visited my own garden in years. But naturally, after hearing the housemaid's cry for help on the evening of the murder, I rushed outside. I was shocked and disgusted by what I saw. That must have been when I dropped my half-smoked cigar into the fountain basin. You see, Falcon, there's a perfectly reasonable explanation. I would find that unbelievable if the scar were casually discarded. As it happened, the scar butt was found in the fountain's upper basin, a location that could only be accessed with great inconvenience.
And a little paddling.
The scar butt was not dropped. It was deliberately hidden. There are any number of possible explanations. Are there? Because I can only think of one. That is that you, Baron Rogil, deliberately hid your cigarette butt to disguise your own illicit activities. Did I now? And what illicit activities would those be? You want me to spell it out? Fine. Let's put everything on the table. You, Baron Rogil, murdered Monsieur Grenouille. That is what you were trying to keep hidden. Directly accusing me of murder. How shamelessly brazen. That is a ludicrous accusation, Falcon. The Baron is an upstanding citizen of the highest order. Your allegation is baseless. You have no evidence, no means, motives, or opportunity. No evidence? Think harder, Monsieur Rabbington. Every piece of evidence points to Baron Rogil as a prime suspect. You want the means? The Baron certainly had the means. His lion's claws are as sharp as a surgeon's blade. Cutting a frog's belly would be trivial to him. Even Monsieur Rabinho confessed just moments ago that he feared his claws. Ridiculous! I would never threaten a man with violence! You want a motive? The Baron had at least 10,000 francs worth of motive. By removing a business partner, the Baron's share of his railroad company increased from 1/3 to 1/2. This is preposterous! And finally, the Baron had an opportunity. No, he crafted the perfect opportunity. He arranged a small banquet with a very select number of guests. He was aware of the missing silverware, and yet he served steak, a food item that necessitates good cutlery. Why? To bloody the hands of his guests, of course. Then he hired an easily influenced photographer and staged a very specific picture in order to build a perfect alibi for himself. Photographing the guests in front of a harmless clock made for easy editing is quite an ingenious plan, so it must be said. Prosecutor, are you just going to let this slanderous yarn go untested? Say something. Object! I am, You're pitifully useless. After executing the murder, the Baron found himself still holding a single piece of incriminatory evidence, his finished cigar. He knew that leaving it at the crime scene would raise suspicion, but he didn't have time to properly dispose of it. So, out of desperation, he threw it into the fountain, out of the sight of his guests and any snooping police. I imagine the Baron was hoping to implicate Signor Pertois Demiot, since that would ensure total control over his railway company. What I don't get is why the fucking Baron then just put the goddamn cigar butt in his pocket. That's the only big plot hole here to me. Yeah, I guess he just panicked and threw it up there or something, but I don't know. Alas, Dame Cataline was the first to happen upon the crime scene, so the Baron improvised. This is an outrage! Judge, I demand you disbar this ranting lunatic. No, there's only one outrage here. That is, that a man like yourself is able to abuse his wealth and status to frame an innocent girl for murder. You're a bourgeoisie of the worst kind. How dare you, garçon! The utter nerve for a lying scumbag of a lawyer to accuse a philanthropist like myself of something so heinous. It's nothing like the fat quack. I'm a respectable, hard-working capitalist. No, you're a ruthless man who would slaughter a dear friend just to reap a few francs. You incredulous whelp. I had to gut you right here and now like the damned frog! Could someone please restrain the Baron?
I'm on it, Your Honor. Let's go, old man. To the conciergerie with you.
Don't touch me, you filthy jackdaw. I can walk myself. Surprised he didn't go out fighting more. This is quite a turn of events. Does the prosecution have anything to add? In a manner of speaking, well, to be honest, no.
Then I shall now confer with the members of the jury to come to a decision. I ask that the animals of the court please be patient in this time.
Falcon, that was pretty incredible.
Thank you. I just hope it was enough.
What do you mean? You just proved Cataline's innocence. We'll get a not guilty verdict for sure.
Sparrowson, I think you've misunderstood something important about the justice system.
What's that?
I haven't proved anything. As lawyers, we cannot deal in proofs. It's just not possible. All we can do is organize the evidence, convincingly explain what it suggests. I haven't proved Dame Cataline's innocence. All I have done is demonstrate that there is significant possibility that she is not guilty. I'm not sure I understand the difference. We have reached a decision. In light of the recent events, it is clear that an error of judgment was made with the initial arrest. For a second I had a ride the shoe puff voice to that. On that note, we unanimously find the defendant, Dame Cataline Demio, to be not guilty. The crowd goes fucking apeshit.
Monsieur Falcon, Petit Sparrowson, you did it.
Yeah, I suppose we did, didn't we? We should head back to the office so we can celebrate properly. Boom. You did it, Falcon! I can't take all the credit. This was a group achievement. I'm so proud of you both. I'll go get 1 bottle of wine and 3 of our least dirty glasses.
You were amazing, Monsieur Falcon.
Oh, shucks. It was nothing.
I very much like the way you pinned the murder on the Baron. That was an act of sheer genius.
Well, I didn't pin anything. Sparrowson and I just worked at unveiling the truth, given the facts of the case.
Monsieur Falcon, there is no need to play coy. This case is over.
Play coy? Don't tell me you're actually being sincere. I'm completely lost. Oh, wow. I thought the goody-goody thing was an act, but you actually don't know. Alright, I'll spell it out for you. No way. No fucking way. Did she actually? I murdered Monsieur Grenouille. I saw him in the garden all drunk and vulnerable, and I seized my opportunity. No fucking way. It was nothing personal, just business, you understand? So, wait, what? So the Lion still hired the photographer to do this whole thing to... What?
She hired to get the blade off for herself.
What, and the photographer feared her claws? I mean, I guess she has claws. She is a cat. Double Jeopardy is a bitch. I don't know. Then why is the cigar butt up there? Then again, I guess if he hadn't been there for years, I guess it could have just been up there for years.
Or she framed him.
Or she framed him. She thought she double bluffed it, yeah. To increase my papa's share of the train company, of course. My papa always said that a drunk old frog was the weakest link. Your confession doesn't make any sense at all. I found Baron Rogiel's cigar butt hidden in the garden. Oh, I put that there. I expected the police to find it, but I suppose that was putting too much faith in the brains of Paris's finest.
But Falcon proved that Monsieur Robinho's photograph was edited.
It was edited.
It wasn't in... I wasn't in the picture because I was busy paying a visit to Monsieur Grenouille in the garden.
My papa knew I needed an alibi, so he ordered Monsieur Robinho to paint me over Baron Rogiel and to add hands to the clock. But the lazy artist didn't manage to finish altering either photograph. Oh, they're both fake, and he just didn't add the hands to the one that I have. It's a good thing that Monsieur Falcon was so imaginative, because that could have gone very badly. What's with all the silence? You should both be proud. There aren't many lawyers in the whole of France who would have won a case like this, even for a bourgeoisie kitty like me.
I think you should leave.
Fine. So much for celebrations.
Here's the payment for your services straight from my papa's pockets. Well, adieu, Monsieur Falcon. Adieu, Petit Sparrowson. Falcon, what do we do now? Falcon. Well, goddamn. Not right now.
Goddamn, man. It's pretty good. I don't think it's quite up to Phoenix Wright level. At least in the polish, like in the animations and such, but it's still extremely charming. Relatively well written, and still has plot twists and stuff. And that's just the first case. I mean, the next ones might be even better. But shit, it's like $10 as well. Yeah, really cool. Are you guys enjoying it? Do you want me to continue it? This was actually going to be my Secret Santa bad game to Lime. To shit, I just gave that away. Fuck. Well, don't spoil it for her. But this was going to be my Secret Santa game to the person who I was doing the Secret Santa thing for. This was going to be my quote-unquote bad game. But given it was gifted to me by Jethro, and that I already streamed some of it, I think I'm going to choose a different game for the Secret Santa person. Implicating yourself. How are my accents? Scale of 0 to 10. How terrible were they? Technically, all these people should be French, but I cannot do French. I can do a kind of English that will sometimes slip into, like, Irish and switch between, like, Cockney and proper. But yeah, I was going to give a special Super Nintendo game for the good one, and this for the bad one. The quote-unquote bad one. It's obviously not actually bad. Entertaining but very inaccurate. Okay, I'll take that. Started 7, fell later at 5. Yeah, the more I thought about it, the worse it got. Okay. So, I am going to do one more game tonight. Well, Carrie, did you want to do things on stream or off stream? What did you want to do? What did you want to do?
I don't know. I got kitties. What do you want from me? What do you want?
Well, I could always do an hour or something and then still do something with you after.
Go wherever.
No, I have a different idea for the bad game anyway. The quote-unquote bad game. And it's not Bad Rats. But it is animal related, if you want a hint. Okay, but before I do go to my next game, I am going to switch games. I'm going to switch to... Let's see what won the straw poll from earlier. Shit, there's still votes going on. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll post it in chat one more time. And I'll switch screen regions here.